Hello, beauties. You are watching this week's episode of Beauties Talking Business with your hosts, Andrea Pettingill at ShineWithDrea and JennyAHansen at JennyAHansen. This week, Jenny, will be interviewing Andrea about why she got into the nail industry, what she loves about it, and if she would ever leave. Enjoy. Hello, this is Jenny and Andrea Pettingill, and we are here with Beauties Talking Business. And this week, I am going to be interviewing Andrea, as she interviewed me on the last episode, which I'll put a link around here somewhere where you can catch that. But this week I'm going to interview her, and we're going to talk about nails, how she got into the industry, what she loves about it, and what else she's up to. So if you guys are new to the show, this is Beauties Talking Business. We are a weekly, is it a video cast? Sure,
yeah.
I don't know. I've thought about
We can call it whatever we want.
Like, what do we label it? It's a weekly show that we do every week for beauty industry professionals and nail technicians, talking about business, marketing, clientele, spirituality, everything that you need to just really, I think, be in the beauty industry. And I am Jenny. I've been doing nails for 12 years and still do nails and love it. I also have some other entrepreneurial endeavors that I'm up to. And you can find me at JennyAHansen. And also, if you're new, you can go to beautiestalkingbusiness.com and get more information there. And Drea, would you like to introduce yourself and tell the people?
Sure, surely.
Where they can find you.
We'll talk about me today, I guess, but a little bit about myself real quick is my name's Andrea Pettingill. I have been a nail artist for 10 years, a little over 10 years. I work out of North Ogden, Utah, in my studio, and we're in my studio right now. And I have a website. It's called ShineWithDrea.com, DREA, ShineWithDrea. And yeah, I love the industry. I educate in the industry, and it's just so fun to be part of an industry where we are interacting with our clients on such a close, basis. And so Jenny kind of talked a little bit about how she's into lots of different entrepreneurial things, and we are so similar, and that's why we really bonded and wanted to do this show together, and we have lots of different things that we do. And one of the things that I do in my salon is mentoring with my clients, and that's kind of like a different angle to my clientele in my salon is mentoring along with their appointments. So I do a little bit of that. And yeah, I love it. I love my job. It's so fun. So, yeah, we can talk about me today. So I guess whatever.
You can find Drea too at ShineWithDrea, and you're at ShineWithDrea everywhere, right?
Yeah, those are my Instagram stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys gotta go find her, go check her out, and her website is so beautiful. So go get on her. She has a free a confidence. Is it like a confidence? I don't want to say confidence building, but it's this really.
Well, it's kind of my story. It's confidence by design. I've been, I was really shy growing up and all sorts of that whole story. But I had a really big confidence breakthrough when I was becoming an educator in the nail industry, and kind of the things and lessons that I learned during that time, I put into an audio training. And so I put that into what I call confidence by design. And it's just a free thing that you can get when you go to my website, ShineWithDrea. So, yeah.
So go check that out. But Drea, I am so excited because just to interview you and dive in a little bit with what you're doing, because I really think that anyone who's in the beauty industry and other beauty professionals, I think it's good to really get in and know some truths and about being in the beauty industry. And we talked a little bit about last time that it's not we always say this, it's not just about the nails, just about the hair or the skin or anything. There's so much more to the industry. So I just want to ask really quickly too, how did you get into the industry, and then what made you stay?
Awesome. I love it. So for me, I guess it's kind of like different. You always hear like, oh, people who did nails when they were kids and everything. I didn't really like have that kind of progression into the industry. I knew that, well, I didn't really know because I was not very self-confident or whatever, but my sister could pick up on my like artistic, kind of talents here and there. And she actually like drug me into the office at the high school and was like, we're signing you up for beauty school because I think you'd be really good at it. And I was just like, okay, because like my sister always knew everything. She's one of my amazing mentors in my life, my older sister. And so I just was like, sounds fun. I'll try it. And I went into it, and just the more I was there and the more I was in and trying things and working with learning and getting involved in the beauty industry. I actually did the whole cosmetology program.
That's right.
Yeah. So, but really drawn into the nail side of it, like it just was always like, wow, I was actually not confident enough to do a lot of like art, like some of the top people in my class were doing, but I looked at it and I was like, I know I can do that. I love it. And I got so interested in it. And I actually didn't like allow myself, and Jenny and I talk about like having the confidence to like be yourself in your business and do what's true to you. We talk about that all the time, but like that's part of my journey. It's part of my process because I did hair for so long. And then I eventually, just like a year and a half ago or something, I decided to niche in nails and quit the hair side of my business and let those clients go and just kind of evolve into this new phase of my business. And your other part of your question is, why did I stay, right? So like why I do what I do is the people I get to meet. The art is a big part of it. The opportunity to be creative. But I think like just to touch on that part really quick is like, it's kind of the thing that keeps me going that I don't think I honor enough. It's like being creative that frequently, day to day, like just having a creative outlet. I don't give it enough credit, which I should. And so that's why I wanted to pause for a second and highlight that, is like having the opportunity to have like where I kind of almost have to be creative. I don't want to use that word, but like, it's just like this part of my day that is just like an always creative thing that's always there. It's really huge. And I love it. Like that's I love that that's part of my life. And I think it really helps my day and my weeks go by a lot better. But I stay because of the people that I get to, I always say, hold hands with, every week.
I love that you say that.
My clients, my clients rotate through every 3 weeks. I have a pretty big clientele, and that I get to be a part of their life and, their journey and just be that listening ear. I've always been like that, like listener type person, and people can like have lots of different ways that they do their business. And this is the other side of it. It's not just about the nails that you do, because I think clients are coming to you for that energy exchange of your personality that you offer to them. And for me, and for what I assume it is that I give them a space to really be heard, and just because like I'm that listener type personality type.
Yes.
And yeah.
And that's so important. Like there's some men or women or, clients that come in, and sometimes you're the only person that they can actually talk to.
That they see in a whole week or something like that. Yeah. Like that happens to some people. And I know clients that I have, like, I've definitely had times where that's been the case. You know that, wow, like they really needed to talk to another human being, especially like moms and stuff like that, like another grown up that day. Like you think, wow, like I'm honored to hold that space for them, basically.
Right. Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
I have this one mom who she's like, you take your time.
Seriously, like this is my time, and like we're gonna be here to relax.
Exactly. Well, I want to ask you this because I remember you asked me this last time, and I wanted to ask you the same question, which is right around that mark when you're like building your clientele and you hit that point of frustration as you're trying to get over that learning curve, And that you just get, you know, everyone I think really goes through this. If you haven't gone through this, like, good for you, but if you have, you'll understand what we're talking about. But that point where you get really frustrated and wonder if this is like something that you can actually keep building upon. And what was it for you that helped you get through that hump and stick it out and get through that learning curve with doing nails and not give up on it? Besides, you were saying the people and the clients is the part, but I'm wondering if there's anything else that came up. Like, was it a feeling? Was it a knowing? Was it just a selfish passion for it? Was it
I think a couple things. One that comes to mind was education, because the first part of my career was really just survival, because I went through 6 different salons, and it was like literally holding on to my clientele and just being like, hey, you guys, it's okay, let's go to this salon now. And then they would like close their doors and they'd be like, oh my gosh, like, just, I have to get them over here. Now I have to get them over here, and finding the right team and space. So that was like a really huge, like, difficult part. But I was like, just focusing, you know, just building my clientele, taking care of everybody's, you know, needs and services. And then when it got to be to where, like, I'd have those like times of where I felt really stable, and then it'd be like, oh, like that hump of that, like you're talking about, that nail, for staying in the industry when it gets hard. Education was really big, because I think I'm really competitive with myself, and I always want to be better than I was, you know, before. Like, I'm just like competitive with who I was yesterday. And as I kept going to classes and learning more, I kept going to that next level. And so then it became going to get the opportunity to educate in the industry. So then it was like this whole new goal I set for myself. So that it's like basically constantly setting a new goal and a new direction. I think it's kind of like what drove me to get through those kind of hard times.
No, that's actually really good. There's a really good wisdom in that, because if you're starting to feel you know, stuck, or, oh, what do I know, or, you know, like that feeling that comes up, is go find who's doing it better than you, right? Go take a class, and then you'll really see, oh, there's so much more to learn. And then it kind of reignites that passion and excitement. So there's a ton of wisdom in that right there.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what I did really was because I would have those times, of course, like throughout the chaos of all the different salons I worked in, you know, it was throughout a long period of time. And there'd be ups and downs, but then there'd be times when it'd be like, what am I doing with my business? But then the classes that I found through Young Nails, you know, they have a distribution an hour from me, an hour and a half-ish from me. And I would just like go down there like once a month and like find all of their educators and really like suck all the information I could and just learn and try to get to that next level and practice and apply what I've learned. And definitely it gives you hope, you know, because when you're stuck in the funk, like that, when you see someone else's business and that they're doing amazing and they're doing it the way that you want to do it, like that's the important part. You go, oh wow, there's hope for how I want to do my business. And when you see different perspectives, like not just one person, then you can write the combination and you can write your own story for how it falls in line with you. Does that make sense? So like there's not one right or wrong way to do it, you know, but there's a perfect way for you.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to ask you too, how you mentioned you went through several different salons before you found more of a home base. Do you have any advice for the nail technician or the beauty professional that maybe isn't a salon environment and they're looking, you know, for a space, like what is working for them, whether it's commission or booth or, you know, I don't know. I'm just curious as to like what obstacles came up for you in finding a salon and why would you leave and not stay? And, you know, what was it about that part of the industry that you had like your biggest learning moments in that area?
So I have so many answers to this question in different ways I could take it. The one thing that's coming to mind right now is like just sitting back and observing the way that my business grew and evolved, and then also stepping back and looking at people who started at the same time as me, in the same city as me and stuff like that. And I look back and I see where my business is and where their business is. And it could be lots of different things that had to do with it. But when you're in those situations, and this is what I did, is I focused on my clients and taking care of my clients and what was best for them and my clientele, like all of that. Because on the other hand, I could have focused on, I need to find the right team of people. I need to worry about every person I work with. I need to worry about, you know, so many different factors of the way the salon is. Sorry, I keep putting my hand. I don't know why.
No, like the whole social game,
the
like
social part of it. And instead of that, because I've always been kind of like keep to myself, like reserved person. Even when I was in busy salons, I was just like in my corner, head down, working hard for my client, who is my boss, who is sitting across the table from me. And it was just always that way for me. And I'm not saying that. I'm just giving another perspective because
I'm the exact same way. I always put my focus on the client and not the people I worked with very much. Like I was always polite with them, right? And like civil, and I love them. But my energy, is
for your client. The choices that you make are always about how is this going to affect my client, not, you know, worrying about the whole. I mean, you got to sign into the culture that you're in and that you chose to be in that salon. So respect it, you know, that's you. But every time, like I never actually left a salon. What was important to me, like I think I kind of made these decisions was like, I need to stay within, I literally have moved to 6 different salons, but within 2 miles of each other. Like I stayed right here for my clientele. I have not left my 2-mile radius, like ever. And it's just interesting because what the progression of that, what happened for me was like this salon closed down because they didn't have, you know, they couldn't sustain their business. The other salon was one where I left because wasn't aligning with the owner. You know, she chose to do things like a different way that wasn't, you know, resonating with me. So I left that one. The other salons I was in the beginning were like, I was at like a Great Clips, for example, and that was not a nail salon and I wasn't following my passions. You know, I talk about that a lot. It's like, got to get into what was working for you. And that my clientele was not able to come to me for nails there. So I went into a little shop. Now I'm remembering the other salons was the one where I was in a small tanning salon, you know, and that environment, there was no room for growth. You know, and so then I moved into a commission salon, and that was the one that ended up shutting down. So just focusing on my clientele, it's like there was lots of different things that were happening around me in the salons closing or moving or, you know, things that weren't lining up with me. But, you know, just focusing on how do I make sure I have a place for my customers, basically.
I think that's huge because I think a lot of people will get afraid to honor that within themselves, like, and to really be observant and self-aware and to know that you have these customers and these clients that you have this sense of like respect and responsibility for, and just an integrity of your work, you know?
Yeah.
And that you weren't afraid to know, like, I'm not aligning here. Like, this is not energetically this really this is not where we can grow, you know, and being able to identify that and then allow yourself, give yourself permission to find a place that fit with you. And now you have, you know, your own little business, and I want to say little because your clientele list is
the space is 9 by 11.
Your
little if you want.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention that
cute.
like I literally manifested this space. And when I say that, I mean like using, you know, the laws of creation to like visualize what I wanted, because the last transition that I made was from a salon where there was a lot of like hectic things happening. It was the biggest salon I'd ever worked in. And I started to really realize, what do I truly want to offer my clients? And that was a more kind of like focused on them, specialized space that was calm, that was quiet, that was just my energy, because I can control my energy. I can't control what's going on with all the other people. And then I found one of my mentors was working in a studio salon. And I fell in love with the studio salon concept, because it is just your private room and you are there with your client. And then I was like, that's it. And I started like, oh, if I did that, I would paint the walls this color. I would have my desk like this. It would be like all organized. Like, look at this, like I'm big organized and like colorful stuff. And so,
I'm obsessed with your nail art displays. Like I need some.
I love it. I love color. So I started to visualize how I wanted it. And then it started to take shape and ideas started coming. And I was talking with the person that ended up opening the salon, and she created this space, and it just like perfectly came together, and I love it. So
don't ever give up, because your space is out there, whether
that's so huge. Yeah.
It'll
just
come.
Keep getting clear. Like I needed to put my foot into all those different salons to know what was the best for me and my clients.
Exactly.
So all of those different things helped me to paint the picture that I have today.
Yeah.
That I love today, you know? And so it's awesome.
I love that. And which is perfect, because then you were able to really provide more of your other gifts that you have, in a sense of mentoring, guiding, healing.
And I didn't know that when I was creating the space. Yeah, I couldn't have those intimate conversations with my clients if I had, you know, they were afraid of someone seeing them, you know,
or
like something really personal coming up or anything like that, you know. So definitely having the space worked out perfectly.
Yes. And now, so tell everybody, and me too, because I mean, I always learn something new. Every time we talk, I learn something new about you, and I love that. But tell me a little bit, and the people, about how the work you're doing now, and how you have this coaching business that is tied into your nail work as well. And I mean, you have the two, but they're also intertwined too.
Yeah. The fun thing is that it does sometimes overlap and intertwine. Like sometimes my clients that I work one-on-one with, like this way, like online over the computer and stuff like that, doing mentoring. I call it inner beauty mentoring.
I love that. Inner beauty mentoring.
It's cute.
So perfect.
Yeah, it's just like finding and creating your own version of happiness and your light, and letting that shine to be more true to the person of who you are. And there's so many different elements that comes from, and that I get into with my clients, and just help them. It's not like this heavy. I know I say that sometimes my clients like will cry or have something emotional, but that is just like a release process. You know, the body like releases things through that way sometimes.
You took me through your processes.
I have done a belief breakthrough with you. Yeah.
It was a total life changer moment for me. So I highly suggest and recommend anyone who is feeling, you know, stuck, or feeling like that there's maybe some patterns or things that they keep repeating in their life, to reach out to Drea, because I'm so
glad you got value from it.
Yeah, because I've done it, worked with her myself, and I do not promote anything or anyone that I do not believe in through and through. And Drea knows this about me.
Yeah.
And I do absolutely like believe in your gift and your work and what you do, and to be able to experience that with you is amazing. So if anyone's like feeling drawn to reach out to you, I think they should go to your website at ShineWithDrea.com and set up a consultation, or do you do free consultations?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, set up like a consultation and
Yeah.
maybe try
And
one of
it's fun. I like it to be, and I like to communicate that it's fun and that it's exciting. It's about creating happiness. And it's like, if you're feeling like there's something that's funky in your life that just is stuck and funky, that's the word I like to use. It's like something is blocking, something is there, something needs to be just released through all the different mentoring tools that are out there and available. And that's one thing that I'm super passionate about, is helping people understand how many different ways there are out there. And it might not be me, it might not be through Belief Breakthrough or mentoring tools that I have, but I have a lot of resources too that I point people to. Because if I know that I can't help you, but I know what could help you, like I just learned something amazing called the body code, the motion code. I don't know if you've heard of that, but I want to say, I have people that I'm like, you need to read that book and like stuff like that. Like I will send people to those resources. I've done a few interviews on my YouTube channel for that reason, so that I can send people to those great resources, because that was one of the main things that got me into that side of the work that I do, like with people mentoring, was because in the industry, you hear things from clients that come up in their lives, and then it's like, oh, I want to be able to help them with that.
We're in the service industry.
Yeah, we're in the service industry, and I just want them to be happy. That's my job, is like do their nails, make them happy. And if there's something funky in their life that's blocking that happiness, it's like, I want to be able to at least provide resources, or, be that listening ear for them to help them get a little bit closer to having that happiness. Yeah. I know I'm rambling on, and we have to go.
No, it's perfect, because it shows so much to like your character, and again, back to that you've always wanted to take care of and hold and really nurture your customers and your clients, and that is something that you do now with your mentoring, and have just as much like respect there. And so I know, so if you're up in the Ogden area, right, then you can schedule an appointment, but I don't think, or get on your waiting list, and then you can meet Drea. I do that too, but I don't think you're taking new clients. So I'm going to suggest people go to your,
that would be better.
Go get consultation. And I don't know her. She's pretty full with the nail side. But Drea, is there anything else you'd like to add as far as, because I know you have to go, but that you want to add and just say anything about to the nail professional, the beauty professional out there, or about the industry, or, is it something you'd ever walk away from? Would you?
We talk about this a lot. It's something that I just can't see ever leaving my life, because it is my art. I consider myself an artist. I need that outlet. And then I love my clients, and I love, combining the two for them for such a fun, great purpose, and just like, we're meant to have joy, and we're meant to like have these interactions and connections with each other. And I love that art and creativity can be this really cool part of it. And I am really into like the design work and stuff. And I know I didn't really talk about that a lot, but like, I love the technique and stuff. And so that's something, when I get blocked in my business and my work, is like I seek out education. And so I just suggest that to people, is to find something that really excites you with the art and the creative part of it. If there's any part of the industry that's bugging you or getting funky, like go play hard in the art and the creativity stuff. So yeah.
That's so good. And Tony Robbins always says that motion changes emotion.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like, and I'm so like, I'm on a Tony Robbins kick right now, but that's so true. Like just to
go do
and play
yeah.
and learn. Well, Drea, thank you so much for letting me interview this week. And again, you guys can find her at ShineWithDrea all over online, and ShineWithDrea.com, and it's DREA. And I'll put all the information. We always have it in the description box below. And I'm learning how to put little like things in. So
Oh,
I'll
cool. Links
a
and
little
stuff.
clicky.
Perfect.
And I just want to say to you that I love you so much, and I'm so glad that we met and that we're in each other's lives because, I mean, I don't know, you make me a better person.
I love it.
I love our show. And next week, is it next week that we have Holly on? Holly's going to be on August
22nd? That's right.
Right?
That's Monday, the 22nd. Or
you're the organized one. Yep, the
I don't know if it's the 29th or the 22nd, but that will be so fun. She's just a great educator, and I'm excited to ask her some fun questions.
And Holly, the fingernail fixer. And if you guys have a question you want us to ask, put it in the comments below, either over on our Facebook group, so join that. We'll put a link to that as well. Or on the website under where we post our replays, you can comment there too. But Drea, thank you so much. Again, this is beautytalkingbusiness.com. Every week we do an episode, so make sure you get on the email list so that you're sent out our weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly emails. I do my best.
It's all perfect. I love it.
But thank you. I love you. Have an amazing day. Andrea, would you like to sign off?
Oh, sure. I will. Thank you guys for being here, and I hope that you go and shine today.
Bye.
Bye.
Isn't she amazing? So please check out ShineWithDrea.com and see what else she is up to. You can also follow me at JennyAHansen. And if you are not a part of our community on Facebook, please find us at Beauties Talking Business. Click here or in the description box below. We love to network and meet all the other beauty professionals out there. Next week, we have a very special guest. So head over to BeautiesTalkingBusiness.com. Get on that email list so you don't miss out. We have Holly, the fingernail fixer, and we are going to be interviewing her and asking her great questions. Thanks for watching.